Welcome to yet another version of African Economic Forum with Aquila Monga. And here today, I'm very honored to be joined by the proprietors of a business conglomerate called Taishan Banking. And of course, here with me in the studios, we have Dr. Kabilika, an expert in management and marketing. And also, I have with me a banking expert, 20 years experience, who's just stepped down from the World Bank as the Vice President, Dr. Kawe. And last but not the least, I have Professor Katunga. He was named as modern day Keynesian and is the Chief Economic Strategist. So welcome to the program. I'll just start with you, sir. Welcome to the program.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm very humbled to be here. In fact, the time when I was called to come here, I was at the Bahamas, but then I just had to come here because I had to meet these prestigious people. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Dr. Kawe.
Thank you very much, Mr. Onga. I'm so humbled to be here.
Dr. Kabilika.
Thank you very much. I'm very humbled to be here. With my brothers, as we started this, we always used to meet up most of the time, but now because we're too busy, money is too much, we're all over the world. He was in the Bahamas, he was in England, and I was in France, so we just came here just for this show, so it's really good to be here.
Really honest. All right, so I'm not a feminist, but I do subscribe to the notion that ladies first, and so we're going to begin with you, Dr. Kabilika. Would like you to give an introduction of the company.
All right, thank you very much. As mentioned earlier by you, the name of the bank is Taishan Banking System. We first began in Zambia, and the headquarters are located in Lusaka. Our industry obviously is the banking system, and we are a large scale. Particularly on the large scale, I'll explain further. We are a large scale banking system because we are not only based in Zambia now, we are all over Africa. We are found in Tanzania, and later on, as my colleague is going to explain, we are planning to open another branch somewhere within Africa. Our capital is also started at 1 billion when we began, so that's the capital for our bank.
So you talk of the capital as being 1 billion when you began. So what is the current capital?
Our current capital has now increased to about 2 billion because of the different branches that we have.
All right, sure.
Yeah.
All right. I'd really like to know about the business scope. Dr. Kawe, I understand you're an expert in this kind of field. Would you please elaborate on the business scope of this company?
Thank you, Mr. Onga, once again. So if you look at the business scope, it's just a process that we use to plan out the services and products to give the customers. Right. So as Taishan Bank, it has been a challenge for us to stand out in the market. For we truly understand to say we're not the only bank in the system. Right. So we've outlined some convenient services that would attract more customers to bank with us. Such as the current account. So such as we've got a current account, we've got savings account, children accounts, and so on. So if you look at, these are not the only services that we give out. Those are just some of the few. We've got some interesting services such as the POS services. Okay, we've got the prepaid.
Let me just cut you short. You just mentioned the POS service. I'm not really a learned man myself, so could you just please explain more? What is POS system? What does the acronym POS stand for?
Okay, so the POS stands for point of sale machine. It's, I'm sure if you do buy from these shopping malls, you're going to find that many of the people do not carry hand cash. Right. Hence, they just carry a credit card. And that credit card, when making the payment, just tend to swipe on a certain machine. So that certain machine that you use to swipe from, using the ATM card, that is what we call a point of sale machine.
Right. That is very convenient. On the matter of loans, I have a friend, he just recently married and he's having issues of having a house. So he's trying to get a house. How could he go about, how could you guys help him with the mortgage system? What is he supposed to do for him to obtain a mortgage from your bank?
Okay, so looking at that, Taishan Bank has improved on the mortgage system. In fact, those we call them project services. So we don't only give we don't only give mortgages, we give student loans, we give car loans, building loans, and so on. So if talking of if coming to your friend, is welcome to our Tashan Bank, because we've got very good interest rates that has even made us survive into the banking industry. So he just has to produce some of the important documents, such as the collateral. He has to produce a 3-month statement, bank statement, and he has to provide a proof of employment to say is employment and he's capable and you will be able to pay back the loan. Yes.
Okay, that is great to know. So let me not just focus on the business scope. So moving on, what are the incentives that you are applying in your business, in your bank, to make sure that the workers are motivated?
Okay, so you know, having grown into the banking industry, we believe, because so far from the time we started, we were just an infant bank, and as at now, we are now a non-bank. We are out there in Africa and different countries. So we have tried to at least get students from the best universities. One of the universities that we have targeted is Mumbai University, which is one of the high-ranking universities that is more specialized in banking, management, and marketing skills university. So we get students from all graduate students from Mumbai University, studying from degree holders, masters, PhD, and so on. So these people, when they come to our bank, we don't treat them because you know, there is some sort of a thing where some other banks will say maybe a person has got less experience, can't get higher amount of money. We tend to value our customers, our employees as they come in. Them coming from a well-known ranking university, they just deserve to be paid more. So this boosts the employees to do to their level best. Then not only that, we also again look at the performance of every employee at the end of a month, at the end of a year. Let's talk of Christmas. Let's talk of these special holidays and so on as we even enter the new day. But we believe if we provide a good way to these employees of ours, we're doing the level best to improve our services and to offer the best to our customers, which will also be a good thing to our business and to make us even grow big. So we tend to award these employees at the end of the year. We tend to give vouchers just to improve and motivate these employees.
That's really wonderful. I'm already thinking of becoming a banker right now and joining your company. Before I get you, Dr. Kawe, let me just point the question to you, Dr. Kabilika. You know, I really wish to know what exactly is the organizational culture of each bank?
So our organizational culture for our bank, we mainly look at working together, multiple brands, you know, so many, you know, that saying that comes like multiple brands, you know, all that. So we look at that, and we don't only deal with we don't create a working environment where people have to know this one is the boss and this one is the what. So we have different conference rooms in our banking system. Our CEO works in an open space where they relate with the different employees. So that way they create a certain relationship, and it's an easy way for the CEO to be able to tell the progress of our employees, on how far the employees can go and all that. Then we also have various spaces where people get to mingle during breaks and all that. So those are the different working cultures that we have in our organization. You know, it reminds me one time when we had started in a little office by his grandfather's 7th quarters. So, you know, that time we had the passion to always work together. You know, we'd always find time to crack jokes and, you know, entertain each other. And we found that kind of working system boosted us up, because then we created this relationship where we were able to share different ideas and different things and all that. And we also have a business that is decentralized and all those other things. So all managers are involved in the decision making of the company. So all that also creates to the working culture, which has boosted our banking system, and now we're all over Africa. Right.
So is it all right for me to conclude to say your company is basically trying to promote equality?
Indeed.
Right. That is great.
Yeah. Just in addition to Yes. So if you look at one thing that has made some companies, some banks to fail in this market of today, it's because of you find that the system is too much centralized. So you find that the people who make decisions at the upper level, they don't know what is on the ground. So this is one of the reasons why we as Taishan Bank, we thought of making the system to be a decentralized, so that everyone should have a say, so that we can be able to know what customers are lacking, what services we need to improve on, what kind of things that that other competitors are offering that we need to work on as well. Yes.
All right. So finally, I get you, Dr. Kabwe Katunga. I understand you're a great economist. So, what exactly were some of the considerations in choosing this market? And what market is it exactly that you guys have chosen? Because I understand you're trying to expand this MNC into another country in Africa. So, what country are you planning to choose, and what considerations did you pick?
First of all, when we had looked through, we had gone through African countries and we had seen the kind of systems that are working through. So after we had done our research and we had picked on South Africa, because we had noticed that South Africa can offer like an international system of an international system of management. So we looked at the efficient communication system that's there. We've moved around the world and we've seen most.
What kind of communication? Do you think the communication system in South Africa is efficient?
Yeah, it is, because most of most of the people from Europe, they come to South Africa. They know what kind of communication system is there. The banking system, it's even though the crime levels are high there, but our banking system is safe. Just as my colleague had mentioned here, we have the POS, and it makes it easier for people just to carry their cards and go in malls, swipe. It lessens the theft of money and the robbery things. So it helped us to expand our services. Most of the people saw that our banking system is more reliable in their country, and most of the people are willing to bank with us. Right. And sorry to cut short. Not just that, South Africa had recorded a 40% GNP over the sub-Saharan countries, and for us that had been an advantage for us, because we saw it was going to boost our business, So we noticed even other people, like international people, when let's talk of investors, they would think of South Africa as a turning point. We talk of the gold there. People are going to use their gold banking in our systems, and that's going to help us.
So, thank you for your explanation. South Africa does seem to be a very good investment destination. But the stereotype of South Africans is the fact that they are xenophobic. And how did that affect your business decision? In what way did it affect your business decision?
Well, that has been a problem to many international corporations. But overlooking that fact, we had seen that most of the South Africans were willing to work with us. The political levels were supporting us, even though people were xenophobic around those areas, but the political levels were in our favor. So it boosted us and helped us to work along with the political side of the country, and that's what helped us to.
Right. So I really appreciate if the lady and the gentleman help me have an analysis of the South African environment. So let's talk about the investment policy and also the culture and moral system. So also let's look at the business etiquette of South Africa. What kind of information would you give the viewers out there about the investment policy and these other?
Okay. So if you look at the investment policy in South Africa, there is what you call FDI, which is the foreign direct investment. So these have critical impacts on the economic development and economic growth, and should be worked on and to achieve the development of objectives of host states. So if you look at one of the things that we took into consideration to open a branch and invest into South African banking industry. Mr. Onga, I'm sure you do follow the news. It's just last year when China had held the G20 meeting.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, South Africa was part of the presentation. So South Africa has got a strong economy because if you have a clear understanding of the G20, the G20, this is a group of 20 countries, made out of 20 countries that have got the world influence on the world economy.
So, how friendly are the government policies, towards FDI?
Okay, on that one, they are so friendly because if you look at how far they've taxed us and all those kind of things, yeah, I think they are so reasonable. This is why even the country has got more foreign investment companies.
What did you say about the culture and moral system of South Africa?
So on the cultural and moral system, most of the people, when we had researched, we had sent our managers and different people to research. Most of the people are reluctant to deal with people they have not met. So we sought to obtain introductions from a manual contact in order to begin a business relationship. So we sought to obtain on a manual contact. So we introduced ourselves through, not only did we do it verbally, but we also did it through the different credentials that we have, different things that we have done, certain places that we've explored, and the type of people that we are. So we really opened up to them so that they were able to open up to us, and that created a firm relationship that they trusted us more in doing our business there. Not only that, looking at the fact that English is a second language in South Africa, it also really helped because communications were very easy and we were able to relate with the people on a business perspective, and not only that, also on a social perspective as that. Yeah.
So just in addition, when we were trying to do this cultural survey, we even looked at visiting these people during an eye-to-eye contact interview. You know, that gives the customer more confidence to say these people are real. Because if you talk of today, we've got some banks that are not straight, such as Nigerian banks. They're not straight. So we use the method of doing an eye contact interview. Because if you look at Africa, women are viewed to be as inferior to men. So we looked into all those things as cultural, and we are here.
Okay. We're going to proceed, and at this point in time, I think we're just going to pick a single call. I'm going to open the lines, and we're going to pick up a call from one of the viewers out there. And of course, we do have a caller right now. And hello, sir.
Yes.
Please state your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Tyson. I'm from Germany.
Right, so that's Mr. Tyson from Germany. We really appreciate you to have you in this program. So could you kindly quickly go ahead and ask your question to the proprietors of Tyson Banking?
Thank you. I'm very honored. I just want to know what kind of strategy and why do you use it?
Right, so thank you very much, Mr. Tyson. So that's a very important question, I should say, because I was actually planning to ask that question about what kind of strategy you guys have employed. So I don't know, what kind of strategy has Tyson Banking employed?
Okay, Tyson Banking has adopted an international strategy because we are decentralized and our conditions are moderate. So looking at South Africa, and just as my colleague had mentioned, the time we had visited the area, we had interacted with the people around that place, we had noticed that the international strategy would be convenient for the area there because of the moderate conditions.
So do you think there's so much of a difference between South Africa and Zambia, your headquarters?
Well, there's not much of a difference because the languages are the same, and even the people's conduct.
Does that really count as an advantage for a company?
Yeah. It does. It's a very big advantage because if you are not understanding each other, it would be very difficult for you to, find a way of how to control and to manage the business there.
All right.
Okay, so if you just in addition, Mr. Longa, so if you look at the international study that we picked, our main aim is just to transfer some core competence from our home country to a foreign subsidiary country. Yes.
Do you think that's easy?
Yeah.
How's been the experience so far? Transferring the system from Zambia to South Africa, has it in any way a challenge?
Okay, so if you look at living in two business of today, we're living in a very competitive market. So wherever you want to go, as long as they're going to provide services that are different from what they have, definitely people will be able to welcome you and be able to adapt your services.
So thank you. I want to say thank you very much, lady and gentlemen, for having taken your time to be part of this show. We are really appreciated and we've really benefited from your knowledge. So thank you very much. Until next time, our viewers, God bless.
Thank you very much.